human nature, I think, is so much more at peace and more authentically who you're made when you can share the good times and the bad times with other people. And it balances out the peaks and the valleys where you can think clearly, you can expand your dreams. Hardships aren't as hard because other people are sharing that and taking that weight with them too, to support you. So it's all about, always better together to me is about being available for other people, no matter when, no matter what, no matter where. I have allowed my schedule. If I'm at the mall and someone needs to talk to me about their hardships, I will be there to listen, because there's a purpose. There's a purpose why I'm there and why they're talking to me and feel comfortable. And if I can offer them something that will be impactful for their life forever, that they can build on, I need to show up for that every single day.
Yeah. Beautiful.
And so that's where it started for me.
Yeah, that's fabulous. And it's amazing because when we go through our own troubling times, how it is that we become an expert in that field when we can find a way to work through that and overcome that thing, that we just become an expert in that from life's experiences. And personally, for me, I believe in life experiences as being the best teacher above and beyond any kind of title that we could ever put behind our name.
Oh, absolutely. And it's funny that you said that. I just was talking about it the other day, because in this journey, things show up that you probably aren't even aware of. And last year when COVID hit and I lost my sports job and my job at the gym, because I do all of those too, it was pretty devastating. Like, what do I do? And I'm like, oh, I'm just going to make the most of my time. So I started taking more psychology classes and more this and more that. And it felt good to get the certificate or the degree or all those things. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing that anymore, because I love to learn. And if I'm going to take a class, I'm going to do it so that I can learn. It's not about, just like what you said, you're missing the point if it's just so you can add stuff to the end of your name. Would need 2 business cards now. You know what I mean?
Yes.
You're missing it. So what value can you take from it so that you can take what you're given and bless other people with it? Because that is what it's for. It's amazing.
Yes. And I can totally attest that you absolutely share your love and blessings and growth with everybody that meets you. I have been with you in coffee shops and people know you by name, because you don't just come in just, ordering a cup of coffee and walking out, or say, even if you were just to come in, and even in the drive-in, you just make such a connection with the person that is taking your order, the person that is giving you back the coffee. You are such a people person and so full of authentic and true love that and you know it to be true when we're in the energy of somebody else who is authentically in a place of love, even if they're going through a difficult time in their own life and their vibration happens to be low, but that love always shines through. And you absolutely are representative of that. There's just no debating that ever. So what a blessing. Oh, you are truly such a blessing to every path that you cross, because you are so positive and very optimistic about life. And I love that. I mean, it's one of the reasons that you are in my circle, because that's who I surround myself with, is people who are optimistic and positive and can see the upside to things. But it can be, when we're the ones doing the work, we also need to have support, because it can be hard, especially during this time, to stay really optimistic and positive when other people are not feeling, and especially if it's the people that we're working with and they're not in that higher vibration. So what do you do to fill up your own cup so you can continue moving forward in a positive and loving way?
Well, that is such a great question.
Yes.
Some days I'm good at it and some days I'm not. What I think is super important, and again, going back to my medical mind and how I really make it very simple, simple but complex. I have about 5 or 6 people that are like-minded. And if I'm having a hard time, energetically, these people can feel it because we're just that connected. Going the same direction, in alignment. I'm feeling myself with, yeah, social media can suck if all you do is look at all the negative stuff. But are you taking it and saying, is that person hurting? You can make it be a positive. It's a mindset, so I set my mind at night and also in the morning before I do anything else. And then I have these groups of people. And if I'm low, I will call on those people and I will say, before it's paralyzing. And I think people that have the ups and downs will understand that term. If you wait too long, you get paralyzed and you're stuck, and it's very hard and embarrassing to talk about and get out of that state. It means you waited too long. That's all that means. When you're feeling a little off, it's important to say what it is that day. Acknowledge that it's, I'm just not that positive today. And I like to say, something's off. I don't understand what it is. And I reach out to those people for support. I have to do the support team because I won't make it myself. And a lot of times what that means, and when I make that call, that other person needed me to call them that day. And if you're open to, I need to move, I need to do something with this. This is about getting out there and being connected, because I need someone and someone needs me is basically what I feel like that means. And if you miss it, it's going to be worse. You have to act on that.
Absolutely. Yes. Beautiful. Beautiful. And I know that horses have just come into your life. And can you talk to us about that? So even if you were having a day where you're having just a day that it's just feeling off, and whether you can reach one of the people that's part of your support team or not, how do you use the horses to help you?
So I've been around horses before, but not in this sense. So I'm around some thoroughbred off the track racing horses that have been retired, and just magnificent creatures. But horses in general, you have to be calm. Yeah. You have to be in control. You have to be centered and present, or it disrupts the horse. So it's a visual picture of what's going on inside of you when you're around horses, and in this energetic, loving kind of field. And they're so healing, and so it's not something that you can touch. I mean, the horse you can touch, but the feeling you get is absolutely amazing and healing. And so I'm super excited because of my property. I was just approved to get a fence, and I can have 3 horses, and I want to I'm starting to collect wood, and so that I have some people that can help me build a fence. And whether it's rescue horses, I'd love it to be rescue horses, because there's so many out there that need to be rescued, and I can use them to help heal me and heal other people. Yeah. So that's my next kind of addition to already what I'm doing. But it's peaceful, it's real, it helps you be present, which I think we need to practice more of, and it's fantastic.
Yes, especially that piece, because I could 100% feel that just by imaginally walking into a corral where there happens to be 1 horse or 2 horses, and you can't go in with that energy all scattered and flailing around everywhere, and just being in the presence of those huge creatures and just the ginormous love that they emit, you just can feel it calming on the inside in a way that I don't think other animals do. Horses are magnificent to do that kind of work.
Yes, yeah. I agree. It's not like a dog, right? It's not like a dog. These creatures, if your energy is not right, they will not allow you to touch them or work on them. And it's very difficult and challenging. You have to be centered, and you have to be there, and you have to communicate with them that they're in a safe place. And if we could only learn to do that with people, what a different world we would live in,
Oh, yes, absolutely. Yes.
And it's just to see the behavior change when you are at peace and just want to show them love and that you'll care for them. Yeah. The horse is immediately different. It's incredible.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Amazing. Amazing. I love it. And the other thing that's amazing is that we are completely out of time again. And I don't know how it happened so quickly. I told you it's a time warp.
is. Thank you for the time warp.
Oh man, I so love it. And I'm so excited for you to get the fence up and to have horses and to be able to add that to all of the other healing modalities that you have, mind, body, spirit, because obviously hearing this conversation in part 1 and in part 2, there is no separation. It's mind, body, spirit, and you actually see the whole entire human being, spiritual being inside of this human body. And the work you do is phenomenal. Thank you so much, Julz, for being with me again. I am so grateful.
Thank you for having me, and thank you for listening.
Oh, I loved it. I just loved it. Thank you so much. And for all of the listeners, if you want to contact Julz for coaching, and then when she gets her horses, whatever kind of therapy work that's going to turn into, I'm excited when that happens. You're going to be back on the show for sure. But her information for contact will be in the show notes, so no worries about that. And of course, I'm grateful for the listeners being here, Julz, you being here.
Absolutely. And thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you. And to everybody, have a beautiful rest of your week and take good care. Bye-bye for now.
Thank you for spending time with us today. Please go to nadahogan.com for show notes and other information you can use right away. If you like what you heard here, please subscribe to our show and don't forget to rate and review right there on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Google Play, or wherever you get your shows. And don't forget to tell your friends about it. We'll see you next week.